Hi, Jeff Rhodes here again with another video on Microsoft 365. And what we're going to do today is take an app I use all the time and I want to make a copy of it along with its data in Power BI and a Power Automate Flow for my wife for tracking blood pressure. See, I'm on my Google desktop screen and I actually have a shortcut here just so that I can set it up. So when I'm at home, I use this app. And we covered this in previous video. You know, I can put in, it puts the current date and time in. I can put that in, put a note, say I'm at a store so that I can validate my settings, you know, see if they're far different when I take my home one and so forth. So that's the first one. And then you can see I also have a Power BI dashboard that I use. I'm going to make a copy of that as well. And you can see like right now, I had gone to the doctor in February, and this kind of remembers my settings. So literally when I go to the doctor, I print out this thing and show my doctor, you know, what my blood pressure's been. It's all in the green, looking pretty good, and we can monitor my dosage and so forth. So I want to make a copy of that. And then the last thing that I have another video on, let me jump over to Teams. I've got a Power Automate Flow that runs every month. And it shows me my blood pressure. So you can see it when it came out in, looks like this past Monday. And then there's my one for, whoops, got different ones that are coming up. There's my one for July and so forth. So I want to make a copy of that as well. Oh, and let me show you the email version because that one sends email and it sends Teams chat. I'm going to get rid of the Teams chat for my wife and just send her an email. And there's an example of that. Notes where I said where I was after a run or I had gone to Sam's Club. So let's get started. I'm estimating about 20 minutes, but who knows because I haven't set this all up yet. But let's start with Power Apps, mainly because we can use that to get to the data. We really have to do data first. So if I go to Apps here, if I can find the one we're doing, yeah, it's this, I had a couple, but it's this video blood pressure mobile. And you see I don't have a save as right there, so I need to open this up, but that's fine because I also want to get to the data, and this is a good way because I always kind of forget what SharePoint site I put it. It's just a SharePoint list. So the first thing we got to do is make a copy of that list. So I'll have for that to go up. I don't need a preview, but let's go over to data and I can right click and say edit data. So that'll take me to the right SharePoint site. You can see it's a pretty simple. I've got the date, systolic, diastolic as numbers, and notes as long text. So first thing I want to do is this is called blood pressure. So let's make a copy based on that. So I'm going to go to Site Contents. And we'll say New List. And one thing I love about the modern list is you don't need to save it as a template or anything. You can just say existing list. And I just go find it. And since it's alphabetical, it shouldn't take too long. I say next. And I'll just say blood pressure Sue. Actually, maybe I'll put Sue at the beginning. That's my wife's name. Say Sue blood pressure like that. And it's going to do that. There it has a copy of all the lists, but with no data. So that's pretty good. Let's go back to Power Automate or Power Apps, and let's do Save As. So I'm just going to say Sue blood pressure like that. There we go. And let's see what we want to do with this. I'll come in and get rid of the name and stuff. There we go. Oh, let's see. Not quite sure why it's set as read only there. So let's go ahead and leave it. Come back in. Refresh there, see if we see it. let's do newest. All right, let me go find it here for a minute. I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm back. I had to close Power Apps and then open it again, but now you can see I have this Sue blood pressure mobile in there, so we can continue this. So first thing we want to do is we'll get the data pointed to that other list, and then we'll just make a couple real minor changes and test it. So let's go over to data, and we can't really get rid of it or edit it easily. I haven't found a way, so I'll just remove it, and we'll just add data, SharePoint. And you see I got lots of errors right now, but that's okay. So it's in samples, and then I should be able to see Sue blood pressure. There we go. All right, let's see if we can see we got a bunch of edit things. So we'll fix those because now it's called blood pressure. So we'll just start typing Sue and we should get the Sue blood pressure like that. So we'll just copy that. That's where this is really nice. Don't see any more of those. Oops, let's bring that up a little bit. See if we can find any other ones. I guess we didn't have them hard-coded yet. So the other thing is I'm going to get rid of this user full name because she may just be logged in on my account. So I can just say Sue Rhodes here. Oops. Oh, yeah, I need to have quotes since I'm not a formula anymore. And then I'll just get rid of this. Actually, not seeing the image. It might be behind there. So let me see. There we go. So we'll get rid of that. And that should be it. So let's go ahead and save it. Oh, it already automatically saved. Let's try it. So I'm just going to say 110 over 77, and I'll put this date and I'll say testing notes column like that. We'll say save. It says it saved successfully, but let's refresh over here. Good. So that's top number 110, 77, put the date and time. So I'll leave that there so we have some data when we get to the Power Automate and the Power BI. So let's go look at, I've got Power BI Desktop here. So that's the one. So again, I'm going to do a save as, and it's in the same spot as it normally was. And I'm just going to say Sue Rhodes here. And save. And as you know, the default name will be the name of the PBIX file, so that's great. Let's see if we can go ahead and change the data. So I'm going to come into Data Source, Settings, and we'll change Source. Yep, so it doesn't, we don't have the list yet. It's the same list. Yeah, I thought it was going to let me change that. Let's try it again. All right, we'll have to pause for a minute. I may have to get rid of this, but I believe I can change the source. So let me pause it. I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm back. Like many of us, I now go to Copilot, and it says I can do it in the SharePoint list query. And I thought of that, but I thought there might be another way. So we'll try that and see. So let's go back to Power BI, instead of doing it here, we'll go to transform data. It kind of makes that a little bit too big. Let's see if I can make it a little smaller there. And let's go to advanced editor and see. Oh yeah, so it's interesting. It puts it in as a GUID there. So that's an old trick for finding the GUID. I believe I can get that when I go into the list settings. So let's try that. So let's go to list settings. Yeah, there we go. See, this is our list. I think it's that part because the %7b is like the brackets, the little squiggly brackets. So I think it's that. So let's try that. So we'll come in here and we'll replace that with, and then put it in that. And the rest of that should be the same. Oh, it doesn't like that. Ugh. Let's try it in here. Oh, that's the same one. Let me make sure I copied that right. That looked like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, it looks like I did the right one. All right, let me pause again. Must have messed that up. All right, well, I'm back. I think I figured out the problem, but while we're on Copilot, just to show some of the debugging steps, I made sure that I was reading that list correctly. And see, these are encoded brackets. So I went ahead and asked Copilot, I said, convert this to a GUID, everything after the equal, and then it came back and told me that, you know, put the brackets in. So that part I think's right. And I've got, let me make sure I have that in the clipboard. So I didn't save anything where we were before. And hopefully I'm in the right spot here. So I'm going to say transform data. And I think the problem was I hadn't refreshed the data source, so it didn't find that new table, the Sioux blood pressure. So I'm going to refresh the list first. And then I found a little bit easier way looking at that thing again. So if I come over on the applied steps to source, that doesn't have the list in it, but then the navigation does. If I click on navigation here. So that's the part that I want to put the right GUID in, like that. And then press enter. And then it doesn't work, which I thought it might work there, but now if I say edit settings, it gives me a list of all the lists. So now I can select Sioux blood pressure. Oops, I got to move this out of the way a little bit. It's in front of my window here, but I'll hit OK. There we go. Now it fixed it. I'm not quite sure why putting the GUID didn't work the first time, but now we got it. So I can say close and applying. Not going to have much data, but over time it will get all that data as we put that in. So right now it should just have one item in there. There we go. Got the things in there, but that will all be fine. And I'm going to go ahead and publish it. Going to save. Oh yeah, I think I ended up with 2 of these open. Let me find the other one. Close it. Won't save that one. All right, let's try to publish it. It says it's already open, but I think it really isn't. Let's try it again. Still a little bit confused. There we go. All right, well, maybe longer than 20 minutes. Been having a couple of things that I've had to deal with so far, but that's okay. So I can check my permissions there, get the right account. There we go. So over time, and I'll go ahead and delete this so when we'll publish it out. So let's go back to Power Apps, because one thing I didn't do is I didn't go ahead and publish that. So I should do that. Where's my publish? Always moves around on me a little bit. Oh, let me go ahead and change. I'll go ahead and change the icon too, just to make it. Actually, I'll just make it a different color than one that I will do it like this green. There we go. So it's a little bit different. Oh, there's my publish. All right, so let's jump over. And so I'll put that on her phone. So let's go over to the Power App here. So if I go to my flows, Power Automate. I got to go down. There's a scheduled app, which was been a little while. There we go. It's monthly blood pressure report. And I notice this one I can save as right from here. So I'll save ourselves a step. And I'll just put Sue at the end for that one. And then notice, you've probably seen that before, it will turn it off the minute that you save it as a new name. So we're going to turn that on, and then I'm going to edit it. And the recurrence is probably fine. The get items, we just need to change this list. So I'm going to change that to, should say Sue blood pressure. There it is. And I can do the same variable. I have a variable 30 days ago, so it'll figure out the last 30 days. So that's okay. I should say show you this recurrence, so it's every month. So that's good. I'm going to loop through the blood pressures, build it, all that's the same. The only thing I don't want, as I mentioned, is I don't want this post to a channel. I don't want to send it in Teams, but I do want to send it to her. So I'll just, there's her email showing up already. So I'm going to save, and let me just test it real quick to make sure that it'll send it out, and then I'll ask her later if she got the email, but we should be able to tell if it went. So we're going to run that flow, and we should get one entry. So let's look. That's one way we can do it, is just look at the raw output. Oh, it's got a bunch of formatting, styles in there. So there's the headings. I'm just looking, yeah. So we got the date 110/77 and all that. So that's good. So I think we're set, and then it said it sent the email out. So I will check. So I guess we were in the end. That part was so quick. We're pretty close to the 20 minutes. So again, just to review, we created a copy of the list, we took the Power App, saved to a new name, changed the data source to that list, and then we had a couple errors, so we had to just update the references to the name of the data source. Then we went to Power BI desktop, saved it as a new name, had a couple little struggles to get it to change the data source to a different list. We had to use the GUID, globally unique identifier, kind of use that to get an error, select the list, and then that ended up working. We published that out, and then we took this scheduled flow that goes every month, made a copy of it, and then that was the easiest. We just changed to the different list, deleted the Teams chat, changed who the email goes to, and we were good to go. So hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you need any training or consulting help, give me a yell. Thanks. Have a great day.